right, peace, love, and light, peace, love, and light, peace, love, and light. As y'all can see my background, we have Tight Eyez Essence Session, which is actually Tight Eyez Essence Session / Hitman birthday session, right? So what a lot of people, been talking about lately in the culture is Eyez and KONKRETE and, that exchange. But the element that is missing, like a lot of people been talking about it, I actually wanted to shout out this brother right here who's been keeping up on it, L Serious, if you don't see his joint.
This Tight Eyez and KONKRETE battle happened literally like 2 weeks ago. The next day, I'm finding out that, Tight Eyez, KONKRETE, and his wife is using my content. Thank you, by the way. Now, I'm getting subscribers due to the fact that they want to know in short term, what's the point? What's going on? Why KONKRETE doesn't like Eyez? Eyez is talking about some dancing stuff, but KONKRETE, including his wife, is talking about something much deeper. I'll tell you if on my end,
Okay, I'm gonna pause that right there. Power goes where energy flows. Power goes where attention flows. So my goal is not to direct people away from information. My goal is to make sure I help you get as much peace as possible. That's it. Everything else is irrelevant to me. My main thing is peace and what's going to bring peace to the table. So, June 28th. The day to be exactly, and excuse the noise. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm outside with the content. I wanted to come and get some of this sun. You know what I mean? And bring these waves, bring the ocean out to the party. Anyways, so June 28th, the Essence Session. Last Sunday of the month, it happens. And a lot of people are talking about one main thing, and that's the KONKRETE versus Tight Eyez situation. And nobody's really talking about the fact that it was my birthday. Why? Well, because what happened was bigger than me. It was for Krump. And that's why everybody is talking about what happened in Krump, because Krump is bigger than somebody's birthday. Not like that, but in reality, when it comes to, this culture, we were focusing on what big happened in the culture versus it being somebody's birthday. Even though the birthday, which is my birthday now, will always be the reference point for what happened. So I'm going to give my side of the story. I'm going to give my perspective on what I've seen. I'm going to give my perspective.
This Tight Eyez and KONKRETE battle happened literally like I'm
going to give my perspective on what needs to be done, and I'm throwing my constructive criticism out there, being that I didn't ask for the situation to happen. It kind of just all went together. So I got some slides, and I'm just gonna give some commentary on each slide. We're gonna start here. So that was the day, when I was letting people know that's the kill off, getting your life together. I was excited. It was my birthday energy. And that's one of those slides. If y'all don't know, a little bit after that, this came out.
Create situation. As you can see, I got my brother here, Adrian.
Adrian, the hitman, the only hitman. Y'all see.
Y'all know him as the previous Junior Tight Eyez. Y'all know our history. So I'm gonna have a conversation with my brother because a lot of people don't know we reconcile. And how we reconcile, I don't know. But who cares?
I know how we reconciled. Because it was divine timing and it was supposed to happen. Nothing happens by coincidence. It was time for change in the culture, and God seen it fit that me and Eyez lead by example. And now that's what's happening. If you want to watch this full interview, it's on official Tight Eyez page or Krump Inc. It was a very, very interesting talk. You know, we throwing out bars, we throwing out jewels, and what's shown in the video is how we should be able to sit down and talk as men, intelligently. And that's always the goal of conversation. Let's bring out what's good, you know, like there's a lot of areas in the culture that need growth, but that interview, that talk right there was enough to let you know that behind the scenes things are happening. You know, that just the association with me and Eyez, you know, it shakes up things. And you know, I'm a grown man, so I don't feel the need to explain why I did what was right. You know, anybody who doesn't understand doing what's right, that's the conversation you need to be having between you and God. But me, I'm gonna listen to the call. And when God tells me to do something and point me in the direction of doing what's right for the greater good, I'm doing it, no questions asked, because I know what it feels like when you don't listen. You make it 10 times worse. So anywho, I'm there at the Essence session, and you know,
How we could create.
Worthy is outside. I'm walking in and out, you know, doing my thing, and Worthy is outside. And I see him, and I'm like, yo, you know, what's good? He was like, man, I'm getting ready for KONKRETE. And I seen the excitement in his eyes, and I'm like, I'm ecstatic because he's excited. He's looking at it in an honorable way. Now, I don't know all the in-betweens that had happened. I'm not up to date when it came to all of the details because, once again, it was my birthday. So now in my brain, I'm thinking, and I'm like, KONKRETE's coming. I'm like, whoa, because it's like, I know the situation between Eyez and KONKRETE. Do I know the in-depth detail between them? No, because it's not my business. My business is my business. Their business is their business. However, now I'm like, okay, let me see what's gonna go on. What type of energy we gonna have? So what happens is I go outside and I'm thinking about it for a little bit, and that's how we get here. That's how we get here. All right? This is where I'm at with it. Like, I don't know about this part right here, all of this. I don't know about all of this. Let me see, do they show the part where he just walked in? I don't know. It's a part that was on a live or something where he just walked in. I don't think it's on this one. So I'm gonna give my commentary on these slides. So KONKRETE walks in, and he's like, I see that he shoulder bumps Eyez, and you know, it's like, okay, he came in kind of buck, but then it's like, it's not buck because you have to understand your environment. anywhere that you go, you have to understand the environment. And understanding your environment is what determines how you can improvise and make things work. Period. That's emotional intelligence. So Concrete walks in, he does that. I'm not there yet, but then I walk in and I see that Concrete is here. But the energy has shifted in the whole room now. Now, you know how usually, everybody talks about an era, the time when everybody was like going against the mob, because that's when me and the mob and Eyez was all beefing. We was not on one accord. And people used to talk about the energy and the pressure that they felt at that time. Well, this time it wasn't coming from Eyez himself, but it was coming from an individual that was around during that time who understood that type of energy. And that was the energy that was brought up in there. And it was like, dang, this could be so buck, but it's not, because you're somewhere mentally where you want everybody else who consciously put this emotional environment together to put aside our emotional environment that we collectively built because of a way that we wanted to feel and focus on you. You wanted us to stop that and focus on you. And it's like, you missed the mark, bro. Like, right in this time, this was the time where you had an opportunity to move with your deepest genius. And your deepest genius had already told you what to do. And that was to come in there, battle worthy, like you said you was gonna do. Keep it honorable, because he was in an honorable spirit. And then whatever you had to do with Eyez, after everybody we all would have seen that we were keeping it professional. Because I mean, don't you think that it's kind of unfair that y'all can go in the TikTok realm and keep it professional, but then when it comes to the culture, nobody wants to keep it professional. But everybody can go on their shows and do their music videos and follow rules. But when it comes to our culture, nobody wants to keep it professional. This is the place where everybody wants to come and throw all their personal business, even when the environment is not about you. So, Concrete, he's definitely in an emotional state. I understand people. I don't invalidate anybody being in an emotional state, but what I'm not going to do is state that something is right that is not right. He came there confused. He had chaotic energy. He didn't have the energy of love. That's not what came there. That's not what he didn't come there to be loved. He came there to be heard. And it wasn't about him. Now, there are people who are saying, man, but you don't understand everything that was going on. Well, let him come to your birthday thing and let him do it. Let him do it there. Then come talk to me about it. Because here it is, I'm celebrating my birthday at the Essence session, and granted, I understand everything that comes along with it. But when you do your homework and understand that I'm going to be there, then understand if I've been very respectful to you, I'm not saying I deserve it back, but at least that should be somewhere in your mind that makes you think. Like, hold on a minute, especially when I come to talk to you. Now, Kevin does what he does. Now let's look at these. Let's go to a slide. right? He came in there with that, and he wants to talk to Tight Eyez, right? And I'm like, yo, because I mean the thing is, Tight Eyez didn't want to talk to him. Now between him and that man, I don't know exactly the details. Whatever the case, I don't know the details. But I know that when somebody doesn't want to talk to you, leave them alone. They don't want to talk to you, and they don't care and mind letting it be known in front of everybody that they don't want to talk to you. And you know, he's like not focusing on Worthy. He's even to the point to where I don't know if they got it on here, where
called a bitch.
Hold on. Before we get there, so they don't have that. I don't know. They may have it, but where basically Worthy like, bro, you came here to battle me, and he's like, bro, I don't know you, and I'm looking at him like, bro, like really, like this is a side of you I've never seen before. This is a side of you I've never seen before, and it's like it sucks that today on my birthday celebration, I'm seeing a side of you that I've never seen before. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, this dude. Chaz is this important to you to where he got you out of character like this, to where I mean, you're acting like, and this is no offense, I mean no offense really to nobody who's been in this situation, but you're acting like a person who had been, I'm gonna use the word taken advantage of, but it's a 4-letter word. You know what I mean? Boom, yeah. So you acting like that, like you came in there with that type of energy, like you know how when a person has been this 4-letter word, they wanted to be known, and they come to put you on blast in public. Well, that's the type of energy that he had. You know what I mean? And it's like, so I'm looking at Eyez, and I'm like, you know what? I tell Eyez this. I said, bruh, listen. You want to just end this, because we have to think as men how to bring balance to our situations. And as much as Eyez is like, man, I don't want to even go there with him, Eyez is like, that's the vibe that he on, like he don't want to dance. Now, if Kevin just wanted to, KONKRETE just wanted to talk, then he should have had just talked then. Not even had just talked. He should have just really came and did what he was supposed to do and get off on Worthy respectfully, and then be like, next is you. But he's chasing Eyez around and all of this. And wait, hold on. I think this is the round with that Eyez was getting off and Kevin walked in. Let me see. Hold on. No, that ain't it. That ain't the round, but that was a walking round. But yeah, his old energy when he came in there was just on some other, man. So anyways, this is the clip right here. Now, when it comes to FCD and them putting this out, I had no idea they put this out. I did want to kind of like, we were supposed to communicate, and that's neither here or there, the personal context in which that happened. But here's my thing. If you're going to put something else, or put something out like this, you need to put the full context of it out and not just the problem that happened. Because it makes it seem like the only thing you can see is the problem. The issue, like we're emphasizing the issue, but we're not emphasizing the fact that me and Eyez are getting along and we're on one accord, and I'm celebrating my birthday at the Essence session. How does that focus be sidestepped for the focus of this, where you could clearly see, you know, there's some healing that needs to happen. So, this part right here, I'm about to give you some context of why I did what I did, because they posted it so fast. I mean, nobody knows this part right here or understand, but check this out.
So, on YouTube, I was called a bitch by Chance.
You just called me 5.
Relax.
You just called me 5.
You just called me 5. So talk about my kid.
Go cry.
Talk about my kid, dude.
Go cry.
I have a special needs son, bro.
You special needs. What?
You a liar, bro.
So are you.
Tell
Telling you
Kenny.
right there, loudmouth.
Tell Kenny.
You tell Kenny, he right here,
Tell
fool.
Kenny. You want to call me a bitch on YouTube?
You just called me
and
more
talk
than
about my
5.
son?
Huh?
Bruh, is it possible to have a conversation or not?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Is it possible to have a conversation or not? Because we don't got to be animosity.
Yeah. Kenny.
Bro.
Relax. Why'd you threaten me, bro?
He's a mark. He's a coward.
I was called a bitch.
Okay. Y'all hear the language, right? Well, my little 7-year-old daughter was right there. My baby's in there. And I'm looking at Kevin because I'm like, instantly, I have to eliminate the problem. And when I mean eliminate, I don't mean go crazy. I'm like, bro, then lost it. The switch went on. It went from battling and dancing to now you can't even hold your composure. So if you listen, I'm saying my kids are here, my kids are here, my kids are here. That's all you can hear me saying. I'm like, bruh, like, me and you done been around each other. I done bonded with you. Like, have the respect. Listen to the words of my mouth, because you should have a conviction real fast when I say, hey, the kids are here. But it goes from that to him bringing up his son. I didn't hear anything else but him, because he was my focus. Now, when I'm looking at the video, and because everybody emphasized the part where I said, come on now, like the fact that he brought up the disabled community and he said that was his response. First of all, let me give y'all like the realest perspective. Do I agree with it? Because that's what everybody want to know. I don't agree with the whole thing of Kevin coming there to do what he did. Everything after that was a domino effect. Ches wasn't focusing on disabled kids. What he was doing was he was trying to bring the energy back to Kevin and focus on Kevin. He just happened to use those choices of words. Was it a poor choice of words? When we trying to get that information out there fast to focus on, that's what happens sometimes. I done said things plenty of times, we all have, to where we had to rethink like, damn, maybe I should have said it like this. But his goal was, let's focus on you, Kevin. Because you're the one here with the issue. You the one came here with the intent to be chaotic. Now I'm telling Kevin the same thing. I'm like, look, bro, like, my kids are here. Well, he says, well, your kids need to hear this too. And it's like, my kids need to hear this? You're complaining about this man talking about your son, your kid, brother. And I'm telling you that my kids are here. And you're telling me that my kids need to hear you express your grievances with this grown man when they came here to celebrate their father's birthday? It's contradicting, brother. And right now, you're showing me the level that you truly operating from. You're not hiding it. Your pressure, this energy that's going on is bringing this up out of you. And it was very, very, like, disappointing for me, because it's like, I'm looking at you like, man, I thought me and you had a different level of understanding, but it is what it is. I do suggest that you get the help that you need and stop focusing on this dude. Let him do what he need to do for himself, and you focus on what you need to focus on for yourself, because anybody who tells you that was right, you need to pay attention to them, because that was not right. What you did was not good for yourself, and it was not good for the culture. because you did. I could see maybe if you came in there, and I'm not giving no ideals, but you actually did something. And when I mean did something, like your frustration was definitely handled in some type of different type of way, but nothing happened. You just came there and you expressed out loud how you felt. And that wasn't the environment for that. Now, I've seen a video, like the first video in the first slide that I shown, where the guy was talking about Kevin and his wife and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I know that she is stating that there are some allegations going on, but let me state this. I've been locked up a lot. And when it comes to those type of things, you don't talk about allegations. You go get the paperwork and you bring the paperwork to the table. You can't go around calling people a snitch or saying that they're this and they're that unless you have the paperwork on the table. So go get this paperwork that you're talking about and make sure that it has people's names on it. But other than that, stop focusing in on a culture and making, based off of your opinion, making the whole culture suffer from y'all situation that happened. Y'all all was over there. Y'all all was over there. And Krump was fine. So my thing is, it's like, I'm not telling y'all to make y'all differences, but I'm saying don't come over here with that drama. Don't come over here recruiting people to be on the side. Because even though you think that he's recruiting people to do this certain stuff, because I'm here to tell you, I ain't been recruited for shit. And a lot of other people haven't either. A lot of people love Krump that much to where we're like, okay, we're going to be at the sessions, but we're going to keep our guard up to make sure it ain't nothing weird going on for us in the sake of what we're doing. But at the same time, I'm tired of, as a grown man, I'm tired of maximizing unnecessary beef when it ain't even really beef. When really we need to be coming together to get this money. Really, we need to be coming together to own what it is that we are a part of, our own culture. But instead, we use our energy and focus in instead of focusing out. Some of us here and there, we're creating, but as soon as we take 1 foot forward, we take 2 steps backwards. So I'm here to say, now is the time. You already see the shift is happening. It's here. We in the midst of it. Now is the time to add your value to it. Now is the time, because we got a lot going on in the culture. I mean, we even have, what's this? We got this. Starting from the beginning, I had to restart that.
I don't care if they talk shit. I don't talk to hypocrites. If you hate me, that's just fine. Go on down and get in line. They try to tell me what I need, and it sure ain't nothing good for me. Don't care what they say, it's all just talk. Gonna head my way and walk my walk. They try to bend me, but I won't break. I pay no mind to the noise they make. I keep my head, I hold my ground. Ain't no man gonna knock me down. They can swing, but I won't flinch. I was built for times like this. So talk your shit, but be aware. I don't care Damn, Domo made this?
Shout out to Damo. We got Lil C versus Mijo. Now, this is one of those battles that are for true Krumpers. Only the true Krumpers understand the significance of this battle. Only the true Krumpers are gonna say, damn, this gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, anybody who's saying stupid shit like Lil C is gonna get washed by Mijo is crazy. Mijo may say that in a buck way, but even Mijo knows that Lil C is one of the masters as well. And when I say masters, I mean one of them ones. You got some of us that are just timeless when it comes to the culture, and Lil C is definitely one of those ones. You cannot, bruh, they got battles before. You just gotta look up and search and put their names in. I'm not here to point you all in the direction and do your homework for you, but this gonna be a real one. The thing is, for me, I hope that when those two battle, that it's outside. Because I'm kind of tired of the 2-minute performance. Like, they should be like the battle that's outside and you do what the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that 2 minutes limit shit. Because sometimes for somebody like Lil C who know how to tell a story of Krump, you ain't even gonna really get into the essence of what he does until, like, he's in it for 2 minutes already, telling you a little piece of the story until he actually gets to the grand finale. And then you're like, oh. But y'all so quick, y'all so used to junk food Krump, the microwave Krump, that y'all don't know y'all don't know how to fully appreciate the value of true essence, the true essence of Krump, which Lil C has. You get what I'm saying? But this is gonna be another one of them ones for the books that you should be there, because you get the chance to be one with Krump because of the energy that's gonna be there. You know, I'm not here to say where it's gonna go, because once you get to a certain level in Krump, you understand that you don't know until you know. Peace, love, and light. Now, once again, I just want to say we don't know where it's gonna go. So anyways, back on the situation. What do I feel is the best thing that needs to be done? I think, honestly, everybody needs to focus inwards. I got respect for you, Konkrete, as a dancer. However, when it came to the way that situation was handled, it just let me know that you got some healing to do. And I'm not here to judge that, because we all have healing to do. I'm here to just bring awareness to it. Awareness is the key. Nobody here to judge. The situation that you and him go through as men, that's what y'all go through. I've been through it. I just rised above the situation. God allowed me to get some perspective, and I'm the one I feel like you should be listening to when it comes to the situation, more than anybody. Because ultimately, bro, I got peace. I have peace. So, peace, love, and light. I really do hope that the time comes sooner than later where we're all able to be on one accord professionally in one roof. But if not, sooner than later, I guarantee you, God is still going to make it happen, because it's the only thing that makes sense. And it's the right thing for the culture. And whoever doesn't fit in that puzzle, because it doesn't have to be particular people. God is going to put who God wants to be in these positions to move forward the righteousness aspect of the culture. Do the right thing. So with that being said, stay on the lookout. More will be revealed. Peace, love, and light.